表です。お茶の水女子大学附属高等学校の皆さんです。テーマは感染症と私たちの意識。よろしくお願いします。
Hello everyone. We are Sayakotake and
Norishimohata.
we are from Ochanomizu University Senior High School. In a group of our research class, we are studying about life, medical and sanitation. There, we got interested in infections. Tokyo Olympic is going to be held in 2020 and lots of foreign people will come to Japan. It means that if we don't think about how to cope with infections, there will be a disaster. We too wanted to do something about it. We are change makers because we believe we can change our society by spreading the information about infection.
We went to two places in order to get information about infection. First place was Kitasato University. Professor Tetsuo Nakayama told us about infections and surveillance. And second place was Japan Medical Association. We wanted to know surveillance, so we went there. They taught us how the surveillance works. These were great experiences for us. Before the visit, we had little information about our research. After the visit, we became more interested in infections, so we appreciate two places that taught us infections. How much do you know about infection? Infection is one of the diseases which microorganisms our bodies and make our bodies infect. Infection can be divided 5 types. First, type 1 is the most dangerous infection. Look at this graph. Type Ebola hemorrhagic fever is type 1 and influenza is type 5. We asked our school students of first and second grade in our school. Look at this graph. They wash their hands, gargle, wear masks, and get vaccination. These ways are easy to do and can prevent others from expanding infections. Do you know surveillance? It is a very important system to investigate where an infection happens. Surveillance is a work to know where infections are happening. Ministry of Health, Labor, and Welfare do this work. Each hospital submits the number of patients to the health center, and the result is used to consider policy of infections. It is based on the law about infections. We asked 57 students in our school about knowledge of the surveillance. Look at this graph. Only 4 students know the surveillance. We think this is so small. There is hardly opportunity to know surveillance. However, surveillance is very important to get information, so we have to use it. Look at this slide. This is an example of the surveillance. We live in Tokyo, so we want to know the number of people who are suffering from influenza. And we use this URL and we can know it. From this, 30,064 people were suffering from influenza. Besides, we can know the number of people by age, gender, or place.
We decided to make cards to tell people about important information on infections. Please take a look at the slide. They are the card we made. On the front side of the card, there are 2 important points that you should care when you come back from foreign countries. First, be sure to wash your hands and gargle enough. They are the most effective ways to prevent infections. Second, be careful for your physical condition when you're coming back from foreign countries. On the other side of the cards, there is an introduction about surveillance. Also, we put QR code on the card. It can be read by smartphone. Then people who take our cards can answer our questions. We can know the effect of the cards in this way. At first, we plan to distribute them in an airport or station because we thought it effective. We asked lots of shops and the authority of the airport, but it was impossible. Next, we decided to give them out in hospitals. Patients at hospitals care about their bodies or diseases, so we thought they are likely to be interested in infections. Luckily, we are able to distribute the cards in Mirai Medical Clinic in Bunkyo Ward. Now we are waiting for the responses for the question. We will know not only the effect of the cards, but also good and bad points of them. Then we will be able to improve the cards and distribute them at more places. We want more people to know about surveillance and want them to prevent infections. We must act now. We believe we can be change makers by trying hard on what we really want to do. This is our change making. Thank you for listening.
はい、どうもありがとうございました。それでは、飯久保先生お願いいたします。
日本語で喋りないとダメですね。Well done. And it's a comment. I think you could be a little relaxed, and my comment or suggestion is that your posture of speaking English has to be different from speaking Japanese. So you make that distinction. My question is, how do you rate the awareness of infection amongst the countries, advanced countries in the world, Japan? How do you rate them?
Sorry, can you say the question again?
Well, among the, let's say, G7 countries, how do you rate the awareness of your subject in Japan? Is it high, or is it low, or is it in the middle, or do you have any comment?
We research infection in Japan, so we cannot understand. But Japan is so small, so infection is likely to expand. So we have to share more.
Okay, thank you very much.
はい、ではマクベリ先生お願いいたします。
Thank you very much. A very serious and necessary topic, I think. I have one question out of my curiosity. Why did the airport reject the use of these cards?
I don't know, but when we ask shops in the airport, they say you should call in this number, and when we call that, they say call this again, and in the end, when we call that, they say we can't put it because we can't put the thing not official.
I think we've all had that experience of bureaucracy. Thank you.
では、植木先生お願いいたします。
For this research, the member of the research action, two of you, or is there any other people for this research?
No.
No, just only you two.
Yes.
Okay. And would you like to do the presentation to another country or some other peoples? of the foreign countries?
And so we didn't research infection in foreign country, but Kitasato University, the professor said, told about surveillance in America, and I think we heard America is more better surveillance than Japan.
Okay, thank you very much.
はい、どうもありがとうございました。お茶の水女子大学附属高等学校の皆さん、どうもありがとうございました。